Hi everyone, this is your girl Miss Analytical, and I'm still up. I haven't even been to sleep yet. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm probably gonna sleep for maybe about, I would say maybe about 3 hours before I go out today, in the midday. To handle my business. So I hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving. Hope you ate a lot. Gobble gobble. And I'm gonna get into this theory that I have about Wendy Williams and why a lot is happening to her. You know, we all have agreed that Kelvin Hunter has played a huge role in this. And I don't deny that. I still stick with my opinion on that. That is the crux of the situation. But I do think there are other factors that's in place. You know, we also talked about her mother passing away. That was discussed on my last video. And I said that I was going to share my theory because I have a theory. My main theory is that I believe in the strangest of things that Wendy Williams has been showing signs that she was not her jovial self, upbeat, you know, really, really happy back in 2015. In 2015, it was reported that her son had to go to this health center because he was smoking weed. And whatever weed he was smoking, it must have had him addicted because after that happened, he had to go to a place to detox. Now, the place where he went was actually known as the Usha Village. But they never told what it was. They never said it. They just said, oh, you know, he went to this place. And she was crying. And this she shared during a season premiere episode. This was like the season, I think this was like, because you have 9, 10, 11, 12. This was like season 7 premiere. And when she was crying, it was just like really devastating because it showed that she didn't want her son to end up like her because of being drug dependent. She has a history of drug abuse and she didn't want her son to have that because it's a possibility that it could be some kind of genetic disorder of addiction. That was the beginning of Wendy sort of, you know, showing signs of being really, 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 really vulnerable. So that was one. If you notice it, if you looked at the show in 2015, because I watched it a lot that season, you could see it. You could really see it. Then going to 2016, that was, I believe, season 8. Going into season 8, that's when Antoine, her wigologist, passed away. Was he her wigologist? I think Antoine was her wigologist. When Antoine passed away, that really had her really, 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 really in tears. And it was sudden. And she was really crying. And she dedicated her show to him. And it just hurt her. And she did a tribute to him. That was really like another blow. Then you have 2017 when she fell. And that was around the time with the whole thing of Sharina Hudson coming about. The public was learning about her. And then, you know, we found out about the cheating and everything. And then the house was like a couple of blocks, not couple blocks, but it was like like down the road pretty much, but it was kind of on the same block. Then the Graves' disease flared up again, and then it was just like tumbling of events going downhill. But that was the initial start with the son. Now, around that, you have celebrities that were basically being mentioned. Bill Cosby. Now, this is my second theory. Bill Cosby. And I'm going to give this to you. Bill Cosby, back in 1990, got Wendy Williams suspended when she was on my favorite radio station, WKRS FM, Hot 97. I mean, not Hot 97, 98.7 Kiss FM. When she worked there, she read a story from the National Enquirer. He called and he wanted her fired. Her boss said, no, I'm not going to fire her. But they suspended her for a week without pay. When the allegations came out, oh, and by the way, he called her up and he cursed her out. He cursed her out. He calls her everything but a child of God. And this is while the Cosby Show was still on. This was like season 5. This was like season 5. Then Cosby, the charges come at Cosby. And she's one of the women that's championed the cause. Then Cosby goes to jail and she's happy. Then years go by and then Cosby gets out. That can be a shock to you, especially when you're part of media and you was championed for this man to go to jail. And I will stand by it. Bill Cosby is innocent. But he's out, so you don't say anything. Now you go to my third theory. And this one may shock people. The ghost of Wendy Williams. Not the ghost of, I'm sorry. The ghost of Whitney Houston. Now, people are going to be like, huh? Okay. Let me explain. Wendy Williams, at the time of before she interviewed Whitney Houston in 2003, was only known in the markets of New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, and Philadelphia. She wasn't known throughout the whole nation until she made headlines for interviewing Whitney Houston. That created a buzz in her career, and it made Hollywood take notice. From there, she got a show on VH1 when she was interviewing different VH1 personalities, even certain actors who were like on a D list and so forth. That got her the deal to have the Wendy Williams Experience show on VH1. And that's when we got to see Charlemagne. Charlemagne the God. Wendy Williams came up and came big time from Whitney Houston. Wendy went up. Whitney was already doing drugs, but the public trust started to diminish drastically because of the curse. And nobody had ever heard Whitney Houston curse until that. Nobody ever heard it. The language, people were shocked that the queen of pop would talk like that. She wasn't really nice to Whitney Houston around that time. She was telling her she should get off the crack pipe, she should get off the drugs. She wasn't sympathetic. She wasn't sympathetic at all. And then when she got a talk show, one of the first things she discussed was about Whitney. And she was basically saying that Whitney, she couldn't trust her. So Whitney passed away. And that's when we found out that Wendy did crack cocaine at one time. But the criticism of Whitney Houston and how she wasn't really riding for her at first, those couple of years from 2003 to 2008, she was really harsh. She came up heavy. That interview was a big win for her career. And I feel that that is the thing that's plaguing her. The Whitney situation, I feel, I just have my opinions, because I don't believe people die. I believe that people transition. And a lot of people that did Whitney Houston wrong and spoke bad about her, many of them have gotten their comeuppance, including Nicki. A lot of people, that dress, that was something not really, cool. A lot of people have been getting their karma from that. But that's another topic. But that's my third theory. Then I have my last theory, which is the it. Now, Wendy Williams said that she was not going to get the it at all. She said, I'm not going to get it. I'm never going to get it. I don't want it. Leave me alone. Now, Wendy did get, and she did catch the Wuhan. We're going to call it the woo-woo. I'm going to call it the woo-woo. But Wendy was adamant, and she told people that she didn't get it. But now I'm reading on my page that she did get it, which I'm shocked. And if that's what happened, and people are saying that with the it, you can lose your legs, you can lose your limbs, you can't walk. And I still stick with the lymphedema situation, but if she got that dementia, I know that's one of the signs I've read. I've read that. Then, goddamn, Lord have mercy. So that's my theory about Wendy Williams' decline. And hopefully you enjoyed the commentary. I know I can be a little winded sometimes. I'm tired. I haven't slept, but I can't go to sleep. And insomnia. So this is why I upload videos and commentary late in the morning. So follow me on Twitter at MissAnalytical15. Subscribe to my Anchor page. Also subscribe to Spreaker. Also follow me on Instagram at MissAnalytical15. And make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Like, hit the notification bell, comment, share, and I'll talk to you soon.